Okay, so this time we're diving into something uh, pretty festive, I guess you could say.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's the holidays, and we're looking at holiday cruises this time.
Nice.
So, you're thinking about maybe trading snow for sand, and we're going to help you kind of weigh, the joys of the holidays against what it's actually like to cruise during, peak season.
Yeah. Are those sleigh bells or the ship's horn?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We've got a whole stack of articles here about the pros and cons, and I got to say some of this stuff is pretty surprising.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting to me is this idea that holiday cruises, they kind of have like this paradoxical appeal, On the one hand, it sounds like you're totally escaping the chaos of the holidays, but then on the other, you might be, running right into a whole different set of stressors.
Yeah, and one of the things that these articles point out right off the bat is this idea of built-in time off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of people already have vacation time during the holidays anyway, so it's like, oh, well, this is convenient. But I do wonder, does that built-in time off mean that the cruises are even more packed than usual?
Oh, that's a good question.
What do the articles say about kind of managing expectations when it comes to crowds on a holiday cruise?
Well, you're totally right. They do say that holiday cruises tend to be more crowded both on the ship itself and then also when you're in port.
Oh, I bet.
One article even mentioned that like a really popular excursion, this catamaran trip to Stingray City in Grand Cayman.
Okay.
It can cost almost twice as much during the holidays as it would at other times of the year because of the demand.
Wow. So even if you find like a decent deal on the cruise itself,
Right.
all that extra stuff can really add up.
Exactly.
Speaking of cost, the articles also mention that holiday cruises often have like higher base fares right from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
One article even quoted a travel agent who said that a 7-day Caribbean cruise over Christmas could be up to 40% more expensive than that same cruise in like early November.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might be saving on holiday meal prep, but you're going to be paying a premium for the convenience.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So convenience comes at a cost, literally.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, let's flip the script for a second and talk about some of the good stuff.
Okay.
Imagine this, right?
Yeah.
You are sailing through like the turquoise waters of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
The sun is shining. You're sipping on like a festive cocktail.
Oh, nice.
No shoveling snow, no frantic gift wrapping, just pure relaxation.
I like it.
The articles really paint a tempting picture of that warm weather escape, especially for those of us who are stuck in colder climates.
Yeah. No, they definitely play up that whole escape winter angle. Like they mention average December temperatures in places like St. Kitts in the Bahamas being in the 70s. Perfect for beach days, water activities.
Yeah.
Totally different from like a snowy December in New York City or something.
Right. And it's not just about the weather either. These articles are raving about the festive atmosphere on board.
Oh, yeah.
They describe these elaborate decorations, gingerbread houses, caroling, holiday-themed shows and activities.
It sounds so immersive.
It really does.
One article even mentioned a cruise line that like has a tree lighting ceremony and a visit from Santa Claus. So it seems like they really go all out to create that holiday magic even when you're out on the open ocean.
It does sound pretty magical, I have to admit, but I think we do need to talk about maybe the elephant in the room, or I guess in this case, maybe the giant squid in the room.
Okay, I like that.
The potential for weather disruptions.
Right.
Even in those typically warm destinations, there's always a chance of storms or rough seas during the holidays.
Yeah, that's true. The articles do mention it, although maybe not as much as some of the other pros and cons.
Okay.
They recommend checking historical weather data and just being prepared for, the possibility of itinerary changes or even cancellations because of the weather.
Good advice, for sure. And while we're talking about things to keep in mind, the articles also really stress the importance of booking early.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially for those, balcony suites with the ocean views and stuff and those popular itineraries. Limited availability means planning ahead is super key.
Absolutely. One article suggested booking at least 6 to 9 months in advance for a holiday cruise.
Wow.
Especially if you have like specific preferences for dates or cabin type or itinerary.
So, okay, big picture time. What does all this mean for our listener who's out there dreaming of a holiday cruise?
Well, I think it really comes down to weighing priorities and managing expectations, Holiday cruises offer this really unique blend of festive cheer and travel convenience, but they do come with potential downsides like we've been talking about, higher costs, bigger crowds, and the chance of weather disruptions.
The balancing act, for sure. So knowing everything that we've just uncovered, maybe the real question is, what does your ideal holiday look and feel like?
Yeah.
I mean, does the convenience and the festive atmosphere of a cruise outweigh those potential drawbacks? Or does a quieter, more budget-friendly celebration closer to home feel like a better fit for your holiday vision?
It's a good question.
That's definitely something to think about as you're making your decision.
Definitely.
All right, well, happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
And safe travels, whether you're hitting the high seas or staying cozy at home.
That's right.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good.